We're drinking.
What's up, everybody? Three to possible. The playoffs are here. Round one is underway. Devion and I gave you all of our picks last week. And I think we're doing mostly okay.
Yeah.
A couple up in the ears.
A fact.
Joe, you dodged the predictions.
Thank
Except for your
goodness.
finals prediction. I got your finals prediction out there.
Still
So-
struggling. It's not good.
Woo. But how we doing, fellas? How we doing?
Chilling.
Hey, enjoying the weather. Enjoying this weather. About time
Fact.
to be 100.
All right. Y'all ready
Good
to get
fade
into it?
out. Good fade out.
Appreciate
It's
you.
nice, dramatic.
I'm trying to be like you, Joe. I'm trying to get my producer skills going.
Yes,
you
it's
know?
hard. Hard to do it all.
All right. Y'all ready to get into it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's start it off with the ones that we don't even got to spend that much time with. Save the best for last.
Yep.
First one. Whew. Yeah, I was wrong. I thought Toronto would
You
push
picked
them.
you picked them to win or just to push it to 7?
I thought. So this was my caveat. I thought the Raptors would win because I thought it would go long. I thought if it went long, that was advantage Raptors. But I thought that if it was going to be quick, the Sixers would get them over quick, and it looks like it's going to be Sixers get them over quick.
Yeah,
But I was
they
wrong.
about to
No
got
one
the
saw
rules
Tyrese.
out.
Man, no one saw Tyrese Maxey dropping 30. Like, come on, man.
All
That
right,
was a big
let's
shot.
talk about this because one of the big key storylines before this series was Thibault only doing one shot and then not being able to be, eligible to play in Toronto. I'm still trying to figure out why you only
Dumbass.
get one. Like, if you're gonna take a stance. But like to just get one,
Dumbass. You forgot to get the second? Like, I don't get it either. Stupid.
man said something like, "Yeah, I just started weighing the benefits of it. I just didn't think the second one was going to be that beneficial." I was like,
That's what he said for real? I just thought he
Playoffs,
forgot.
Well, he said
That's
that.
dumb.
Maybe like being able to play
That's dumb
playoffs.
as hell. That's
Like, if
dumb
you're
as
not-
hell.
If you're not against it, like just get it so you can play. Like I don't know.
I
If
think
you,
that
were so
was
if
high.
you were so concerned, why would you even take the first one?
Exactly.
The
That
shit,
boy was
shit
high.
in your veins now. You might as well.
Like it doesn't sound like he was like principled, like like but
That's
whatever.
stupid, bro.
That
Drug
boy
test
was
that
high.
man. You right,
That boy
Devion.
was
Drug test him.
drugged.
But
Shit.
I mean, the big thing that really kind of shocked me about this was Doc Rivers pretty much just said, "All right, you're just out the rotation for this series. Like he's
Wasting
not
my time."
starting.
Yeah.
He's playing maybe 5 minutes in the games that were in Philly. Like he
They
just
don't
didn't
need
play
him.
him. And in
Makes
retrospect,
sense.
brilliant move by Doc Rivers. Really
Yeah.
smart move. Don't
Facts.
mess with chemistry, and
Yeah.
it clearly worked. They had enough. Like Maxey's a good enough defender to handle Van Fleet and make it tough for him. And oh my god, I don't want to ever hear anybody say anything about some goddamn spicy P Pascal Siakam again because I can't watch him play basketball anymore.
It's frustrating. It's so
I can't.
frustrating.
I can't do it. I can't
Yeah.
do it. Like I thought he would struggle at times, but he would have games, at least a game or
Boy.
two, where he would be.
he
Oh,
got
man.
he has no moves. It's annoying.
Nah, he's inconsistent, bro. Like he's good, but yeah, he's like so one dimensional, and he relies a lot on like athleticism. And it's just like
Oh,
once you can't do that, bro, you have no handle package, nothing. Like you have no moves.
man,
Like
if they
literally.
none, you ain't lying. If they had Scotty Barnes, if Scotty Barnes didn't get hurt though, I think this would be a little different story. Let's
Yeah,
not act
no,
like
I
that
agree.
last game, man. They had to do who saw Joel Embiid doing a turnaround 3 to win the game, like,
Yeah.
and that was without Scotty Barnes. Like, come on now, like this could have been a whole different situation if he missed that shot.
Thank you, Joe. I feel better about my prediction.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm just saying-
Scotty Barnes
I'm
was
just saying,
balling
without
for
Scotty
them.
Barnes, you should not be. That game should not have been that close. Like they should have blown them out.
No, but here's the thing for Toronto, like
They gritty.
you got to find a way to get that win. Like all if you look at all of the stats from that game, like turnovers, rebounding, it's just like I don't know how Toronto lost. If you look at it, like it was at some point early in the fourth quarter, and Philly had like 20 turnovers to Toronto's 8, and it's a 3-point game. I'm like, what's going on here?
Insane.
What are we doing? Harden's got 5 fouls early in the fourth quarter. Not that Harden's really done anything. He's been very inconsequential in this series. You know,
But I mean,
James
Nick Nurse
Harden
hasn't had a great year.
he needs to handwrite a thank you note to
Embiid.
Tyrese Maxey.
And
Facts.
and Maxey Fresh.
Because 16-8 ain't cutting it when you get further into the playoffs. That's not gonna cut it from James Harden. You're not gonna be able to beat the Miami Heat or never mind. I'm not gonna say the Milwaukee Bucks because that's the situation. So
Hey, no Middleton, no problem last night. They put a fucking beat down on the goddamn Bulls last night. But let's stick with this one. Devion, what's been your kind of biggest takeaway? Also, something we should throw out there. They fear that Embiid tore a ligament in his right thumb. So that could be potentially impactful for probably not this series, but going forward, they're gonna need, especially with how bad Harden has looked, like they're probably gonna need like MVP Embiid to be showing up. So Devion, why don't you just give me your overall reaction to the series 3-0? Again, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but
it's kind of like, kind of like what we talked about last week. If they can get them out quick and get them out quick, I was kind of like impressed with Maxey. For one, if I had $1 million to bet like he would be playing better than Harden, I would have lost $1 million. I would have never thought this. I didn't think Harden was gonna be playing that great anyways, because really Harden ain't really a great playoff player. He's just like a regular season superstar. So, and he's proven that his stats are. It would be dope if he was like a 6-man, like a 4 or 5 option, but shot selection is not really great. He ain't really hitting no shots, and they still win. Shout out to Embiid. I'm not gonna lie to you because I thought that they'll win this series, but I didn't think they was gonna sweep them. I say that now. I thought, but Toronto has proven to me why Kawhi was so beneficial to that team because
Nick Nurse is a little overhyped.
Yeah, bro, for real. Because look,
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. Like they have way overachieved this year just by getting the spot.
True, but they also letting Tyrese Maxey cook them. Like you can't make no defense adjustment. Like you just gonna continue to play 1-on-1 and just let him blow by every defender you got.
Well, but here's the thing: like this is all because of their strategy for Embiid to try and slow Embiid down. You know, like they're going to double Embiid pretty much on the touch. So.
Well, they need to stop,
and you got to think like at the beginning of the series, the person that then was going to get the next amount of attention was going to be James Harden.
Yeah.
So Maxey benefited from that start. Now Maxey wasn't quite as good in Game 3, but no, I mean to me, I would just say fuck it, Embiid, you're going to have to score 100. I mean that's how I would do it. Fuck it.
I would just play on 1-on-1, bro, because it ain't working, and Maxey is playing like he's Ja Morant out here.
Well, I mean, I think they tried to play him more 1-on-1 in Game 3, and that's what I think led to a lot of the turnovers. They would at least start him 1-on-1, and then they would double later in the shot clock. So then they're scrambling on offense, and that seemed to work a little better. But it's it's a little too little, too late.
They should just do 1-on-1 the whole time. Like that shit is.
Well, it's hard to time, but
it is. But I feel you. But ain't no answer to one.
That's funny. It is what it is. It's a wrap. Toronto they don't have that go-to guy that when you need a bucket, you can get it, and they just don't have that guy. They're a collection of good players. They're a collection of role players, and it showed when you go against talent. That's the only thing I can think of in this series. And I mean, I know we had on Frank Cusimano's show this week. We had Drew Hanlon on, and he was talking about how he's been working with Joel Embiid all season. And man. And it's just it's a wrap, man. I'm not worried about Joel Embiid whatsoever. Look, like he stayed working. He gonna be ready to go. That injury, I think this is just one of them years where Joel Embiid just gonna be that dude. He gonna be able to fight through the injuries. He may not even have no injuries really that's gonna hamper him. He just having that MVP caliber season, so it just is what it is.
It's cool if it's on his hand because like I've played.
Come on, man. That. Yeah, he may not be able to stretch the floor, but he can get into the post and put a hook shot.
I'm just saying. Remember early in the year, like around Christmas, Bam missed 20 games with the torn ligament in his thumb. Now
that's why I brought up Drew. That's why I brought up Drew Hanlon. That's the one dude who can figure out. Okay, we're gonna adjust your shot since your thumb hurt. We're gonna make this work. He did it with Tatum this year. So
Yeah, but I don't think that Drew Hammon's
Yeah.
probably working too much with Embiid right now. Like, I think that's more off season.
a little bit.
I'm sure he's in
traveling.
his ear, but like, I'm sure, like, I don't think they're going through like their intense, you know.
Not intense, but he's definitely traveling and meeting with them and stuff. Like once, twice a week.
I think he'll be all right. He got.
He'll be all right.
I think he'll be all right. He ain't gonna be. He might have like certain games where it might affect him, but I think he'll just.
If he was
you can't
here,
really
exactly.
stop him. Can't really
Like,
stop him.
if he has a bad
You gotta
shooting night,
remember,
he'll just go
this
into the
man's
paint.
He's always trying to, like, you know, rake his arms across. Like, he's gonna be putting that
Right.
thumb. Like, he
Well,
puts
then,
that thing in
That's when
danger
Doc
a lot.
Rivers has to say,
Ball
okay, guess what we
down,
finna do?
hands
We're
on
gonna
it,
post
like-
you up.
Yeah.
We're gonna post you up the whole game. Because ain't nobody can stop him on the post. Whoever he going against this round or next round, ain't nobody can check him. Just get up in the
Yeah.
post and
There's
everybody
not anybody in
babies.
the NBA that can
Yeah.
stop him. In the
Nah,
post
he's too
one-on-one.
big, bro.
You just gotta get him committed to staying in the post though.
That's gonna be your
the issue.
biggest problem. Because I don't think he's gonna do that, but
He will when he
least
try to shoot the
try.
ball and he's shooting bricks.
yeah, you got a point.
He ain't gonna embarrass himself.
All right, let's talk about the other 3-0 matchup. Warriors up 3-0 on the Nuggets. They got their new death lineup. They got, you know, it's a pool party, Splash Bros, like, man.
I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Jordan
That's
Poole
tough.
been playing crazy. Curry coming off the bench, you know, as he kind of comes back from his, you know, his foot injury.
Dropping 27.
Like, I think he's still got like more points than minutes played in the series. Like he's been just at a whole new level, and that new death lineup is something nasty. And I'm sorry, I have to do this rant because you know how much the fucking defensive player of the year shit pisses me off. And Marcus Smart is a great defensive player. I'm not taking anything away from him, but when I look at all these other series. Draymond Green is going. He missed too many games this year. I get it. Draymond Green is going up against Jokic and locking Jokic up.
Come on, man. That's not fair, though. Come on, man. That's not fair. You know, Draymond IQ is out this world, and he playing against Jokic, and everybody know everything they running through offensively going through Jokic first. So all he got to do is dial up on Jokic. All he got to do
No one else can fucking do it, is what I'm saying. No one else is doing it.
I agree. I'm saying his IQ is up here compared to everybody else.
Guarded by Draymond, bro. Like, that shit is fucking crazy. I don't know what the numbers look like. I don't know what the numbers look like after last night's game for the Heat, but Bam was holding his opponent to 18% shooting. Marcus Smart getting cooked for like 60% when he's guarding somebody. And Kyrie and Durant haven't even been going off, so I don't want to hear like, oh, it's just great players making great shots.
Right?
No,
Yeah.
fuck that. Like, I'm so sick of this bullshit. No one said anything about Marcus Smart until Robert Williams got hurt. Robert Williams was their defensive player of the year candidate. He gets hurt, and all of a sudden, Marcus Smart is connected.
Bro, he got rewarded
I say all
for the
this
success.
The
applaud
first guard
what
since
Draymond's
Gary
doing.
Payton. That's not even fair, bro.
I only brought all this up to applaud what Draymond's doing. The real defensive player of the year candidates showing out in their respective series. Draymond's doing his thing. Joe, what's your takeaway from this series? When we had Carl on a couple weeks ago, you know, this was a matchup that kind of put a little fear into Carl's hearts. And
me too. I didn't see this. Like, to be honest, they was injured. I didn't think they was gonna be 100% healthy. Jordan Poole is a complete surprise. I thought Nikola Jokic was gonna be able to ball out, but they hit his ass. Like, he got nothing. You could tell he's frustrated. You can tell that he don't have talent around him. He's frustrated. And when you frustrated and you got Draymond chirping in your ear, it's a wrap. That's like Dennis Rodman chirping in your ear. He gonna do whatever he can to get on your nerves. Shoot, man, the Warriors putting fingers in people's booty just to get on his nerves. So, I mean, what can you do? It's a wrap, bro. Lethal Weapon 3 is real. Like, they kicking ass. It's crazy. They good. I know you saw that video. That's why Nikola Jokic went off. He ready to fight, bro. Come on, man. Like, it's a wrap. That offense, like, it offense too good. I don't know, but 100% to be real, I don't know if it's the Lethal Weapon 3. I don't know if it's Jordan Poole balling out or if the Nuggets just suck without, because they got nothing. Like, Will Barton is your second best player. Aaron Gordon, like, they buns for real, low key. Like the fact that they was even where they at to be a freaking what seed are they? The 6th seed is
Yeah.
pretty amazing to me, to be honest. Because when you sit there and watch a 7-game series, you can tell he got nobody, he got no help.
Yeah, there's a
So,
little narrative
that's
starting
what
to creep
it is.
up about how he's probably going to get swept in back-to-back rounds while being back-to-back MVPs.
And getting
I just like
ejected
I
twice
just
in the
don't
last
put,
6 games. So.
I just don't put that much into it because it's just like, all right, but like
No
yeah,
Jamal Murray, no Michael Porter Jr. Like, yeah, it's
like what's
tough.
he supposed to do? It's not like he didn't get bounced in the first round last year. You know, like they made it to the next round. Murray got hurt. They got bounced. Devion, what's kind of been your takeaway from the series?
I ain't taking nothing away from Draymond, but like Jokic, it's like I'm so disappointed in him, bro. Like I don't care what you say with you got too many moves in your package to let Draymond be ripping you, frustrating you, bodying you up. He's too small, and you letting him get in your head. You know what I'm saying? Like we know everything's gonna go around him, but Draymond, I'm not like I said. Maybe I'm a hater, but Draymond ain't that great of a defender where he should be messing with Jokic this much. It's more so like Jokic like mentally checked out. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more so like that, but you got to give Draymond his praise for being the reason he checks out and
You don't think
capitalize on it.
you don't think
You know what I'm
Draymond
saying?
just sitting there watching film because he know they got to go through Jokic. He's just sitting there watching film. He probably know every play they going through.
It
And
don't
that's how
matter.
he got it.
It don't matter if you know every play. You know what I'm saying? Because you can study as much film as you want. It's just a simple fact. Like mentally, once he checked out and he gave it away and get him frustrated, you should supposed to be able to bounce back like you're an MVP and an MVP candidate. It don't matter if you get frustrated for a couple. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a quarter. Draymond is 6'2"
baby compared
compared
to
to
you.
you. You feel me? Like
you know what the thing that's
baby.
interesting to me
That's
is, and where I
crazy.
think the Nuggets have been going wrong, and I think Malone deserves some criticism for this. Is I understand how they typically would run their offense, right? Like, and I understand you don't want to deviate from what you do. But if you have Draymond guarding Jokic, I don't want to see Jokic catching it at the free throw line.
Thank you.
Like that's playing into Draymond's thing. That's a gift for Draymond because you got to put the ball on the floor. Draymond's got them long ass arms. He's gonna bother you. That's why he's knocking the ball away so much. If they're gonna use that death lineup, I don't want to see any of that bullshit. It's no Jokic. Oh, he's such a great playmaker, so we're gonna put him at the top of the key and let him no. He's going on the block. Send him a back screen or a down.
Slow this game down. Yep.
Why can't he like what you're saying? Because I knew he was going with this. That's what I'm saying. Like, why can't you put him in the paint, face up with Draymond, keep it up here? What is Draymond gonna do?
Right, like because he
what can he do?
Because Jokic is your best playmaker. Like, he is your point guard. Like who is your point guard? That's the problem.
That, but like you can you can still have him play make from that position because at that position,
everybody moves.
It's either going to be a layup for Jokic, which is fine, or they're going to have to collapse down and they can still play make from that same position.
Bang him in the paint.
They're running their same stuff, and it's just like.
Yeah. And then
that's not going to.
It's the playoffs. You got to adjust.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah,
adjust.
and that BS that I feel you like. Yeah, starting the paint, come out, banging with threes, go in, go out. But at the same time, with that, I get it. Murray's hurt. What's dude name?
Michael Porter Jr.
Porter is hurt. But guess what? This happens every year. You should be used to this. So you can't really use that too much as an excuse. Like. They get hurt Porter.
Well, but it's also just your job as a coach. Like, you can't be just like, oh, well, this is my team, and like this is what we're gonna do for the whole entire year. No, you gotta react to what's happening.
Yeah, figure this out, game to game, and Jokic is too good. And this right here, like if they made decisions after the first round, I can't get mad. Nobody would say Embiid is the MVP. But he probably not gonna get it. Yeah, but it's just like
they really need to just change the time. They need to announce it before the playoffs start.
Yeah,
it's so dumb. Bro. Yeah, they don't do it till like the finals. It's dumb as hell.
Because now
we do actually just have some breaking news. Actually, Scotty Barnes won Rookie of the Year. So shout out Scotty Barnes.
I mean, that's kind of obvious.
But I wasn't gonna guess that. I didn't guess.
Evan Mobley, I think, was giving him a run for his money. Yeah. Cade Cunningham.
Cunningham got second.
Really?
And Evan Mobley got third.
I would have put Mobley over Cunningham easily, but
easily.
I get it. Cunningham probably had the counting stats, and you know how these fucking voters are. They're all fucking they're idiots. So, anyways, but yeah, that's kind of been my biggest takeaway from this series has just been like Malone. All right, I'm Budenholzering you now. Like that's who you're starting to remind me of before last year.
X.
Coach Bud finally made some adjustments, but you got such a. What's your favorite song there, Joe?
No.
I was like, that was a good, good song for what he said.
But no. So I just I think like all right, I need to see y'all. I need to see you make an adjustment here. Like you have one of the best players in the whole goddamn league. It shouldn't be that hard to figure out how to be successful with him. You know, like
They better win one game. Like they can get one
Friends.
game. If they don't get one game, which I know, but you don't get one game, bro.
Not getting a game.
Like,
all right, let's talk about a team that we're surprised that did get a game. The Pelicans.
Oh my.
Suns are up 2-1 on Nolans, and D-Book went down in game 2. Game 2 is the game that the Pelicans got. That's rough.
Oh.
Hate to see that for D-Book. He's out at least games 3 and 4, potentially more. Does that injury change how you guys first view this series? And then secondly, how you view the Suns' potential championship run going? Joe, I'll let you start because you did make your prediction Nets over Suns in the finals.
Man, that's crazy. Devin Booker hurt a lot, but I mean, before Chris Paul missed 20-something games, everybody was saying he should get MVP considerations. So if Chris Paul that dude, he gonna make everybody else better. You saw it last night. He made DeAndre Ayton better. He gonna make everybody better who come into that game. I don't know if they're gonna be consistent though, but you know Chris Paul gonna try to make everybody else better with Devin Booker being out. That being said, this going 7 because Brandon Ingram ain't no joke. That boy a star. He may not be a superstar, but he a star. He can go off. And I know y'all seen Family Matters. Steve Urkel can ball. I don't care what nobody say. That boy can ball. That boy can ball. And he gonna get buckets. He got his own team now. He gonna get buckets. So I can see this. I can see them winning 2-3 more games. Like real talk. Like, I mean 2 games, not 3. They ain't gonna win the series. But they're gonna stretch this to 7 facts. Like CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram at home, they get comfortable. They can win these games. Like this is gonna be a toss-up now, unless Chris Paul dropping 30-40 points. This gonna be a dogfight now without Devin Booker being there, because who your second legit scorer for real? Like they got a lot of good role players, but they don't have a legit scorer besides CP3. So
yeah, CP's the only one who can
go get his own win, but they gonna stretch this. This going 7 games.
What do you think about the finals appearance? You think Devin Booker's gonna be able to get right?
I mean, I hope so. I don't know. I'm real nervous. I'm extremely nervous because they could lose without Devin Booker. They need that. They need that person who can drop 40 any given night. Like they don't have that now. Like now when you go up against them, you're not that scared. You know, okay, we gotta stop Chris Paul from being the facilitator. Let Chris Paul get his 40 points, but you can't let him get them 10, 12 assists. And I think that's how you got to look at it. And I like that coach, Willie Green. I think he's a really good coach. He's going to have that team hype ready to go, and they're going to battle. But if they get through this series, I think they just be fine. It's just going to give them some experience, be battle-tested. Devin Booker can come back with any bit of health, and I can still see them making the finals. Because they got the experience, and everybody else hurt and not that experienced and don't look that great either. So I think the West is wide open at this point.
We did just get done talking about the Warriors spanking the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, but they playing the Nuggets, man. We'll see.
All right. Devion?
Nope, don't change nothing for me. They might win more games than they all gonna win more games than I thought, because I thought they was getting swept. So, nah, because for one, Suns go win. You're not gonna stuck CP3. He's gonna make an adjustment. Like the best game they had a chance of like really winning was game 2 when that was actually impressive. They had to actually capitalize on that and won. And Ingram, you know, was pretty much the reason they won, because with a team like this, you know, you don't expect anybody, even if they got star potential, to go and close a game out like he did and then beat them like that. So so that was like kudos to him, and he's been just balling. But CP3, you're not stopping him. He's go average 10 plus assists in a game, especially with D Books out. You're not gonna stop him from facilitating. He's gonna adjust. The question really is, who's gonna be consistently the second or third option? Who's gonna step up the next couple of games for him? So Aiden is cool. And he's good, but I feel like Pelicans, you can make it a little adjustment, make it a little harder on him, and then CJ McCollum, like this is where you really supposed to shine. So they should be able to get at least
CJ haven't been playing very well.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You need at least if he plays well, it's looking scary for the Suns, but it's just like it's too much ifs. But he can get you at least one more game. I think the Pelicans might win one more game. But they still gonna have the same results. But shout out to Ingram though. I'm not gonna lie, and Will know this for a long time. I've been waiting for him to be. I knew he was gonna be this guy. I just been waiting for him to show it, and now he's looking like this guy. So and I'm real impressed with that. But so even if I think the Suns are gonna win, but when the Pelicans, if you snatch one more game. Then you go into the next season and you get Zion back, and then Ingram, you already know what type of player you are. Hey, patting yourselves on the back.
It's like I said last episode. They could be the 2023 Grizzlies.
No, real talk. Like that's not far fetched.
Zion comes back. They got a nice little trio there with Zion, CJ, and BI. They can make that leap into like the top 4 of the conference next year. I don't think that's crazy.
3 crazy boys, boy. That's get you 90 points with 3 players.
And so what about like a potential finals run, Devion? Does it change anything for you there?
Yes. Because I had them going. Because funny thing is, that's what I get. I was worried about CP3 getting injured. Never D-Book in a million years. I'm like, he's been hurt before, but I was like, I wasn't expecting this to happen to him and the type of injury he has now, so that slows down.
Such a injury.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like in this series, not so much, but then next series, it's gonna become more of a problem. And then if you go on 6-7 games with everybody until you get to the finals, and then the Warriors figured out they got the cheat code right now. Yeah, man, I'm in a toss-up right now. Didn't you pick Warriors, Will? I'm leaning more towards yours right now because like no D-Book, no ring. I gotta stand by that. No D-Book, no ring.
No ring.
All right. So here's where I'm at with this. I think it changes nothing with this series. I think they win 4-1. Like I think, the Pelicans got their game. Good job. Like you said, Devion. I think this is just them getting this playoff experience is going to do them wonders for next year. I think they're going to be very similar to Memphis next year, filling the roster, assuming Zion can come back. I don't think it changes anything for the Suns and their title hopes either, because I don't think D-Book's going to have to be rushed back. Like I think he's going to be able to really fully heal that hamstring. Say they get this done in 5, even if it goes 6, right? Like I don't think D-Book plays at all this series. Just let him sit for 2-3 weeks. I think they said it was only a grade 1 strain, so
true.
Best case scenario in terms of what the hamstring injury could be. And then look at who their next round matchup.
Oh yeah, they're gonna play Memphis.
No, next round.
No, they're not playing Memphis.
Dallas or
they're playing Dallas. Yeah. No, they're gonna play that. Hey, Will. Shout out to you for that one too. I'll give you your props for that.
We'll wait on
Who was picking Utah?
My caveat for that one was I don't care if Luka comes back or not. I'm picking
me either.
Utah.
Yeah.
When
it gets to that, I was like, I gotta give you.
We'll come back to that one, but that's the thing, because the same, I feel like New Orleans is almost a tougher matchup for Phoenix than either one of the. Well, definitely a tougher matchup than Utah. I would give a slight edge to Dallas, but being a tougher matchup. But I'm not worried about either one of them really dethroning Phoenix, and I think they could honestly probably even let D-Book sit in that series at least a game or two and still be fine. Now, will they do that? Probably not. But I think there might be enough time in between there to where he's pretty good to go. Maybe they bring him back on off the bench 15, 20 minutes just to kind of get him back into shape so they don't strain that hamstring again. But this doesn't change a whole lot for me with the Suns. I still obviously have the Warriors coming out the West, but they're obviously a formidable opponent for the Warriors. Like, they've been the best team in basketball all year. But let's go to the East. East 8-1 matchup. Oh man, fellas, I was hot after last night. I wanted to sweep.
Hey, that was
I wanted to
terrible.
sweep.
Voodoo,
and
bro.
Jimmy
Heat
fucking
for you, dog,
Butler,
bro.
bro. I love
That's so
Jimmy.
inconsistent, dog.
First of all, not
He just dropped 41. You should be happy.
Bro, why you
No,
hating,
I
man?
love Jimmy Butler, but
Why you
Jimmy
hating?
Butler choked away that game last night. Jimmy Butler made one. He made one goddamn three with like a minute and 50 seconds left, and then thought he was Curry, and just was jacking threes or long twos, no ball movement at all, and they don't end up
Cheers to
scoring
this,
another
man.
point.
Cheers to this thing.
You know, Jimmy,
Just
like
not
what
that
Jimmy did
big.
so well in game 2 was like he hit 3 or 4 threes, but they were all in rhythm, like off of good passes. They weren't a bunch of like pull up, fade away threes. He had one nice one that was, but he was killing them in the paint. He didn't do that last night down the stretch, which he should have. Could have closed the game out. Now people are all of a sudden talking about, oh, Trae Young, he's really like that. And I'm like, all right. Trae Young was 1 of 12 in game 1. Had 10 turnovers in game 2. Let's pump the brakes here. But anyways, Devion, you and I think both said Heat in 5 in this one.
Yeah.
Joe, I don't know what your prediction would have been. I assume it probably
About
would have
the
been
same.
something like that.
Trey good enough to get one game, bro. That's why I say
Yeah,
that.
that's what it was. And that
But
was
they got
definitely
nobody
win.
else, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't pick the Heat to go to the championship, though. Come on, man. Like, y'all just
Wow.
because games like last night, they just sometimes they come out flat, and you're like, man, y'all way too good for this. Like that culture and everything. Like, y'all gotta be better than that.
But
Well,
that doesn't
Duncan
happen
Robinson,
often, bro.
one thing.
It
that
do happen a
happened
lot. It happened all season long, like periodically all
All right.
season long. That's why everybody don't think that they a true number 1 seed because they
All right, Joe. This is
too
this is
many
where I have-
things happen, dog. Too many
No,
things.
no,
You
this is
just
where I
see
got to push
small
back
things.
because that
shit
narrative
build
is
up.
such bullshit.
No,
Because
it's
people
not.
have tried to. Yes, people have said the Heat are the most inconsistent team in basketball. Well,
I'm
guess
not
what?
going that far. I'm not going
Well,
that
not
far.
the most, but they're of the good
Yeah.
teams. They're the most inconsistent of the good teams.
Yeah.
And this is why that is such utter
not.
bullshit. There was one team in the NBA this year that did not have a losing month. It was the Miami Heat.
Yeah,
Only team to win more
Okay.
games than they lost. In
they
every
rely
single month
on
of
the
season.
they rely on the 3-point shot way too much, and that's what's gonna kill
Well,
them.
you know
some
what?
games.
When you're the number 1 3-point shooting,
It's easy to be
team
the
in
number
in
1
the NBA.
3-point team
So
when you shoot 42
efficiency,
threes a game.
efficiency, highest percentage of threes
Hey
made.
man,
Yeah.
Number
Talk about,
one. Number
they
1.
rely on the 3
The
way
Heat-
too much.
Y'all
and that's
saw
why
the
they
little.
lost last night. That's exactly why they lost last night.
Y'all
They
saw
lost by
a
1 point,
4-game
though.
stretch.
A loss, a loss.
No, not all.
loss, a loss.
Not all losses are the
Loss, a
same,
loss.
bro.
Okay, that's
A
fine.
loss, a
But
loss.
Yeah.
what I was about to say is one of the big reasons that played into that and why they were so unorganized down the stretch is Kyle Lowry got hurt in the third quarter and didn't return.
That hurts.
Like, you lost their point guard. I don't know. Like, if you don't
That
have
hurts.
him, like, and
That's
you
true.
know you're not going to have him, you can game plan for it.
Because
You're not expecting to lose him. And it was like right in the midst of the Heat, we're on like a 21-0 run, and he fucking tweaked his hamstring. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. I'm
They're
hoping to
still gonna
see-
win.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not
they're
worried about
fine.
the Hawks.
No,
I'm not worried
they
about the
are.
Hawks. I'm worried
They got-
about
fine.
the future.
Yeah, they got that one win, like we said.
Yeah,
They're
they
gonna do.
fine.
The Miami Heat are fine, bro. Like they didn't play well and they lost by 1 point.
The Hawks
Like-
are terrible, bro.
But they,
Like,
but
with-
they,
minus Trae Young, they suck.
And
Like, they got
Bogdanovich
Yeah.
has
Come on, bro.
become.
Bogdanovich too inconsistent though, man. He disappeared. He
Please.
don't.
First of
But he
all,
still did
Bogdanovich
ball.
is the only reason they won that game last night.
Yeah.
Trae
Okay,
Young
last
might have got
night-
to shine.
Look at the other
Bogdanovich tried to
games.
make game 2 a game.
Nah,
The Heat were like
I don't like
cruising up
Bogdanovich.
12,
He's too
and he just kept
inconsistent.
making fucking 3. I'm like,
And
But he
he's
can
making
ball.
too much
this
money.
guy.
He's making too
Nah,
much
he
money. to
can't.
be
Not for that.
inconsistent.
Nah,
Not
he's a
not
nice
for them. Nah,
He's
Nah,
their second.
he's
He's
a
their
nice
second best
player.
player. He's
Yeah,
their second
he's-
best player.
And that's why they get
Easily.
bounced in the first round.
Not even
That's
close.
why they had to fight to get into the playoffs.
No, absolutely. The
1%.
amount of people I
That's
saw
what-
pick the Hawks to win the series was
Really,
I was
that's
losing
insane.
my. I was like, what are we doing
I
here?
don't know why.
Yeah.
Like
They
they they were the 9th seed for a reason.
You gotta respect the Heat a little bit more than that, bro.
Right.
Like
All these people are like, oh well, the Hawks are the best player in the series, and I'm sorry, I like Trae Young.
They don't have the best player in the series.
He's not
too
better than Jimmy
inconsistent. He
Butler.
takes bad shots.
Like I'm on Jimmy for how he closed out the game last night, but he is a better player than Trae Young.
Facts.
Just the full
He is.
capacity of the
Yeah,
game.
Bam is better. Tyler
Yeah.
Hero may be
I don't.
better.
No.
No. All right, come on, Joe. All right, come on. Hey, we with you. We was with you for a little bit.
I'm just playing.
Yeah. The Heat cool though. Yeah, like get your little, but for real, get your little
They got their game.
Yeah, get your tweaks out right now with
Exactly.
this team.
You know what?
Then
I
move
want
forward,
to
you
throw
know
this
what I'm
guys at you because if you guys watch the series, obviously Oladipo has not been in the lineup. They
Ooh, yeah,
they couldn't
let's
get him
talk
back
about
in.
that.
Lowry getting hurt. I'm curious if this is like
Oladipo
a
done,
happy
bro. Just let it go.
coincidence. Like Oladipo ball. Like the last game of the season when Miami was resting all of their starters, Oladipo came in and dropped a 40 piece.
What do you play against?
Maybe it was a Magic, but I mean 40 is 40.
Exactly.
40 is 40. So I'm wondering if this is going to be like an excuse for Spo to introduce Oladipo into the lineup again, get him playoff minutes, chemistry.
Would be
and then
nice.
maybe that would end up being a plus down the road against a team like Philly or a team like Milwaukee or
All right, give us 10 minutes to put up
or
12 points, something.
Yeah, just a little extra punch. I mean, I love Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent's been a really nice role player, but what do you think?
Dumb mistakes sometimes.
Yeah,
yeah. Leave him alone. But
as long as Vincent isn't turning the ball over, I love him.
Yeah, real talk. I'm torn with Oladipo because personally, with Spo, he's good enough. I gotta give him respect. He's good enough as a coach. Like this probably is your perfect time to implement him back in, work out your chemistry because like let's say just running a little, like a little scenario. Like what happens if you put Oladipo in, slows y'all down a little bit. Maybe y'all lose another game, but you tweaking the chemistry. Is that really gonna hurt you in the long run? No, because it's the Hawks. Like I would experiment with this team because I'm not gonna get big headed to make it seem like we're never gonna lose to them. But the likelihood of you losing
you're in the playoffs, like you got to take everybody seriously.
Yeah,
the thing is that like you have no chance to do it against Philly.
None. Right? That's what I'm saying. Try it out.
There's not gonna be room for error.
Yeah, make it happen now. Yeah.
Because let's just say like Lowry. What if this injury is a little bit more serious than what you think it is? Now who do you have?
Lowry says he's playing next game. He says he's Mr. Wolverine. He's playing next game.
That's cool. But now if you mess it up again or you just not as consistent, who do you have now? Where you need that extra player, like I'm not saying because the Heat got players, but who better to take over games, especially in situations, is Oladipo will come in there and he can be a fire. That's the fire you need. I will put him in 10, 15 points, see how it is. They don't get it right. I'm gonna tell them like, hey Jimmy,
just
figure it out.
If it's not going well, if it seems like they just can't get the offense flowing, okay, fine, done. We tried.
Take them out, put them with the second team. Put them with the second team. Implement
the
different stars with them.
Absolutely start Vincent.
Take him in
Vincent will start, which is fine. Bring Oladipo off the bench. Joe, before we move on, give me your thoughts on the Oladipo situation.
I think he done, but why not give him a shot? I mean, he could be something. Everybody thought Boogie Cousins was done, and look what he's doing. So it don't hurt.
I don't think Oladipo's done. I just think he didn't come back fast enough to get integrated into the lineups in the rotation.
He got to change. He got to change his mentality. I think he's still stuck on that.
He does play on the Heat. I think the part like his issue is like he's on a 1-year deal, so like he's obviously got pressure. Like he wants to show that he can still be a guy. And I think that's hard to like integrate into a rotation where
he playing for the Miami Heat. Do the small things. They gonna pump you up and appreciate you for the small things. You ain't.
But you gotta
be so scorer. Just do the small things. I have 6 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. They're gonna love the hell out you, and then they're gonna start giving you more minutes. But I think he's gonna go out there and say, "Here I go, Euro. Here I'll go crossover." You ain't got that right now, dog. Like you gotta work your way back up.
He might have it, but it's gonna be losing basketball, and that's not gonna be tolerated.
Yeah, but that's cool because like for him to do what he needs to do in the Heat, that's cool to go get your 6 points. But what if the Heat don't pick him back up? You still gotta show flashes that you can do more than just.
You gotta show. I agree. You gotta show flashes.
Yeah, but
you can't go. But you can't go 2 for 8. You can't go 2 for 8.
Now that he's shown it, you can get 40. Now play the system ball and go win a championship. Like you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's just like I give you that on that mental thing. Like, all right, we saw what you can do. In case they don't pick you up, all right, you can ball, but now you need to go show that you can fit into a championship team now. So
Exactly.
I give you that with the mental thing.
I'll
Like
put it to you like
I
this,
give you that.
Devion.
Because you're not
Yeah.
gonna be what you was with the
Who was
Pacers
your
ever again.
Who was one of your Lakers' big offseason signings?
Yeah.
He didn't end up playing a single game.
Yeah.
Kendrick Nunn.
And end of the day, the
I heard what
the
you
Heat
said.
gets you paid. You
I heard-
just do what you're supposed to do with the Heat. The Heat will get you paid. Duncan
That's real.
paid.
I'ma shut
Hero
up.
gonna get a bag.
Real
Like
talk. That boy didn't play 1 second,
Hey.
and he said, "I'm taking my player option too." That's
Hey,
cold blooded, bro.
Hey, bro.
He
look.
said, "Pay me." I ain't
got
do
that
shit,
for
but
that
y'all
one,
gonna
boy.
pay me.
I got that for
That's
that one.
wild. That's wild.
That's
You got
all
it.
right, let's go to the potentially the most entertaining
That's
wild
real.
series that's happened so far in round one. Grizzlies and Timberwolves.
Yeah, sir.
I mean, we kind of talked about this last week, Devion. Like we were excited to see Ant and Ja and this whole thing come together. Grizzlies are up 2-1. We'll talk about Game 3 specifically here in a second.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, the biggest shock was the Timberwolves taking Game 1. That was shocking to me. But Joe, give me your thoughts because I know you were not as high on the Grizzlies as Devion and I were going in. So I'm interested. But you were also saying the Timberwolves were never
after
going to
Game 3
playoffs.
Yeah, I did.
So
Come on, man, they barely made the playoffs. Like, let's relax. They barely made the playoffs. But anyway, it's a wrap now. After Game 3, it's a wrap. The Grizzlies got their mojo, so it's a wrap. But I will admit, Grizzlies came. They, I don't know, man. They came out flat. But if you look at the stats, I know we got a small sample size, but those teams that won in the play-in games last year also won Game 1. You see that they had that extra game in, so they got that momentum, and they already got that playoff game feel. And you've seen these. It's only been 2 years, but those guys have won the first game. Exactly.
The 7-8, not the
yes, exactly.
Like 8 seed one.
Yeah, those guys are just trash. But they've been able to win that first game of the series, so maybe they just got that feel of playoff basketball already, and they just keep that momentum going.
Game 1 just came out like
monster.
I'm about to fuck y'all up.
I like it.
The way Karl Anthony Towns is playing, the T-Wolves ain't got a chance because he has so much talent, but his basketball IQ is so damn bad. Like, you gotta know what fouls you have. You the biggest dude on the court. They don't even have Steven Adams in the lineup, and you can't get what you want. Like, get in the paint with your big ass. You 7 foot athletic. Get into the paint, but instead you do stupid shit and get fouls and get dumb fouls. You got 3 fouls, and you sit there and do something stupid and get your 4th foul. It changed the whole momentum of the game.
Joe, perfect example.
It's terrible.
Of that.
It's awful.
Game 3, he's sitting with 4. He's got 4 fouls, right? He gets in the game, and you see, like, I think it was Jaren Jackson or Brandon Clark was just like this, like bodying him, and he just like grabs his arm, and then like once the act surprise, like he's getting like screwed over, like, oh my god, you called that as my 5th foul? Are you kidding me? It's like it seems like he's like banking on that they won't give him a 5th foul.
You're not a superstar.
But it's just like even if you are a superstar, like don't play with fucking fire. What benefit were you even getting by doing that?
And they coach young and dumb too. I don't understand how you up 20 and then 25 and not one time you call a timeout. Like, you got a veteran team out there who know how to handle it. You got a young ass team out there. You didn't call one motherfucking timeout. Like, dude, they deserve to lose that game. And they just put the Grizzlies in momentum mode. And now it's a wrap. Ja, I wouldn't be surprised if Ja come out and he gonna be dunking on people. He gonna be doing 360 layups. Desmond Bane gonna be locking people up. He gonna be making threes. It's a wrap. Y'all had a chance and y'all blew it. It's a wrap. It's over. And they actually had a chance to make this interesting. But after Game 3, it's a wrap.
Devion?
Yeah. Hey, well, first of all, I'll start off by saying, well, everything you said about Cat turned out to be true. Like, it's just starting to happen. Because, like, the first game, I agree with you, Joe. Nah, it ain't too, you know what I'm saying, too unbelievable to believe that they'll win the first one because that momentum. you know, what's bro name? I don't know how Anthony.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, he's scored 30 something. Impressed. Can he do it? Yes. They won that. Shout out to him. Ja responds back. Ja's being Ja. The third game, now you really supposed to go in there, and if y'all lose, make it like super close. Pat Bev, those tricks ain't gonna work against Ja. So you doing all this little stuff, and then he coming back like Ja literally just getting.
He did a good job on Ja. Like honestly, in Game 3, Ja didn't play very well.
Ja didn't play well. Yeah. Desmond Bain was that baller.
But I'm just saying, like, even him not playing well, this dude still gets a triple double. You gotta do a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Like, do a little bit better.
Don't get turnovers to go with all of it, though. Like,
it's cool, but like, and I'll give you that. But I'm just saying, like, don't let him be involved in no aspect. You gotta take him completely out and doing all this. Like, all right, but you gotta win the game doing all the extra stuff because Memphis has shown you throughout the whole year, like, Ja's that man, but Memphis, you can't play with them. Like, they got grit with them, and they go find a way to win. Cat, on the other hand, I'm really about to get on his ass because, bro, like, Game 3, that's when you really supposed to go out there and put your
That's a pivotal game.
You supposed to go out there and dog them, go score 50 on them. Who go out rebound you? Who go stop you from scoring? All you gotta do is just do this, jump up. You go affect some shots. You don't go out there and just go get all these 5. Don't get yourself out the game. Just go out there and play your game and dog these fools out, and y'all can easily win. Cat plays decently. If he plays the way Cat plays, they win. Scores are flipped. Now y'all up 2-1. And now y'all looking like, okay, y'all might not beat them, but at least it looks like y'all give the whole team some hope. As long as Cat plays like this, I don't care what nobody say. And I don't think Cat, like, this year now, for you to be a number 1 pick, bro, like, you are the sorriest pick in the world, bro. Like, you.
The sorriest first. He gonna make an All-NBA team. He gonna make an All-NBA team and then play like this in the playoffs. It's ridiculous.
You hear me? And the thing about it is, like, now, don't ever talk about Jimmy Butler ever again. Oh, Jimmy this. You are proving why Jimmy left and went to the Heat. This is the exact reason why you can do it. Because when you this good and you play like this, your IQ is gone because and you ain't what big man you got that's gonna stop you? What big man on
nobody in this series?
Stop you?
Man, they don't even have Steven Adams playing.
You don't have nobody.
He's supposed to be the matchup nightmare for pretty much every damn team because if they put Steven Adams in, like in Game 1, he did kind of abuse Steven Adams. He drew him out, and it opened up lanes for Anthony Edwards. He could shoot the 3. Like it opened up a lot, but then like you can't because this is like the shit that like will piss me off with Bam. It's like it's different. It's a different circumstance because they're different athletically, but you're always a matchup problem. You just have to understand how you are the matchup problem in that circumstance. Okay, if they want to try and guard you with some Brandon fucking Clark, go sit your ass on the goddamn block and abuse that boy.
Baby.
Yeah. Brandon Clark is 6'8", 6'9".
Oh,
come on, man.
Bro. Like, what is he gonna do with you? And then
this has happened multiple times. I think this happened in their play-in game as well. They just were able to win anyways. Karl-Anthony Towns had more fouls than field goals made.
I want to go say
5 fouls. He made 4 shots.
Unacceptable.
Come on, bro.
That's ridiculous.
Come on, bro.
And your post game interview sums up what type of player you are too.
Man, next question.
Just answer the question, bro.
I'm just gonna go home and drink some wine. Boy, get
that right there.
Out of here.
You're not LeBron James, bro.
Yeah.
You're not LeBron.
That right there summed up like who you are as a player. Like it shows like mentally you can't deal with the pressure. You can't.
Well, then they had him mic'd up too. You heard him when they were up big, like 25 in the second quarter. Like, we in Minnesota now. We in Minnesota now. Like,
you know what I'm saying? You can't deal with no adversity. And then when the times get, hard, I feel like you're gonna collapse now. So if Anthony Edwards at this point don't step up his game,
you seen that tweet that Ja put out after Game 1, right?
The Michael Jordan with the bat.
He was like, "It's easy to talk shit when you're winning. I respect someone that talks shit when the score's even or they're losing, whatever." That whole quote from The Last Dance. And man, does that look? Is that just like aging like fine wine right there. Because
I love
Karl-Anthony
that.
Towns loved talking some shit when they were up 25 in Game 3.
He
With
better
the
ball
post-game
out.
presser. Next question.
Game 4. That next game 4
That ain't happening.
better
Oh, it's
ball.
I don't trust a young
Yeah.
team like that to be able to bounce back.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't trust a young team that with Karl-Anthony Towns to bounce back. I think Anthony Edwards will bounce back. I think Pat Bev will be fueled by it.
Yeah.
D'Lo, I can never make up my mind on him. I think he's just a really good player who's just never going to be as consistent as I want him to be, which is fine. Still a very good player, good third option. If Cat would be Cat all the time, then D'Lo is perfect where he is on that team.
Yeah, D'Lo's so good.
That's not going to be the
Cat
reality.
better score 40.
How do D. Russell
Next game.
how does D. Russell and Cat not have like one of the most deadly pick and rolls in the league? It's a pick and roll. D'Angelo Russell, who can shoot threes and is a great mid-range shooter, and you got Karl-Anthony Towns, who can stretch the floor and roll to the basket, and 7 foot, 230 fucking pounds. Y'all can't do nothing with that.
It should be easy money.
That's it. And then you got Anthony Edwards, so you can pitch it out to him and he's gonna drop to the lane and dunk on somebody.
Or
they don't make no sense.
Or use Anthony Edwards in the pick and roll with Cat pick and pop. Like, bro, they got so many options. And that's why they went on that run. And that's why I'm with you, Joe. That coach is not like I'm not gonna just skip over him either.
Charles Finch,
call a timeout. Chris Finch, I think. Like, call a timeout.
Chris.
You know, set up a play, set up something easy at the rim for either Edwards or Karl-Anthony Towns. Like, you got to do something that can stop the bleeding.
He better than the next person we finna talk about. Though,
the first home playoff game they've had in years, right?
Since Kevin Garnett, damn near.
No, I think Jimmy got them to the playoffs.
Yeah, they got there one year.
So, but regardless, it's been the first time they've been in the playoffs. Right? Like, that place was jumping, just looking for every excuse to go crazy.
Yeah.
All you had to do was just stop the bleeding, get the momentum flipped a little bit back to your side. Like, you see, man.
Minnesota coach, Cat cannot, maturity-wise, he's not there. He can't step into the roles he's really supposed to be playing, so he wants to play like a guard, but you can kill him in and out. D'Lo is a perfect example, like what you said with the pick and roll. Like, D'Lo should be killing that. You do a pick and roll with D'Lo, that gets him back in the game because all he has to do is get a little bit of momentum. He's in there. That's all you have to do with him. That's all the confidence he needs. But Cat, you can't depend upon him to be your best player. Anthony Edwards has to be your best player every night for you to.
That's got to be their
focus. He can't shoot though. But he can't shoot.
I know, I know. He's not.
He's decent, but he ain't you can step off him a little bit, man. Because he's gonna go for your head. He's gonna try to dunk on you. He's gonna try to go to the lane.
Game on the line. Game on the line. Are you gonna leave him open?
No.
Come on, talk about it.
No. No. But through the game, throughout the game, you can slag off him a little bit, and then if he starts making some shots, then you got to.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. If he sees one go in, all right, yep.
Now we got to clamp down. But if he don't, then
Cat needs to feed into his ego. Like, Cat, you need to play well enough to feed into Edwards' ego.
You're the second option.
Yes.
Second,
I know.
not one.
He can't be
second option. And D'Lo needs to be their kind of go-to guy when shit's going crazy.
Yes, that's their bucket getter.
Yeah, well, if you can't score,
he's the vet. He's the vet that's not mentally soft like Towns. Like,
he may snitch on you, but he ain't soft.
Yeah, this whole organization, like, it just Anthony Edwards is the only hope that they have. And Cat, you need to play well enough to feed into his ego, get him going. And D'Lo, facilitate, slow the ball. Because you're not going to score 20 every night. Sometimes you're going to shoot 2 for 30. So you need to be able to do something else and facilitate and get it done. But they're not going to figure that out. And the coach obviously isn't good enough. Obviously, it's not good enough to do that.
Let's move on. A lot of time on that series. Fun series. I wish it could go longer, but I don't think
this the last game we talking. This the last series we talking about. I think.
I don't know. We got 3 more. We got it. As I'm saying, we got to get going. Bucks Bulls here.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about this one.
We got to. Yeah.
We got to talk about
I was worried until last night because I thought without Chris Middleton, without Chris Middleton, I was like, hey man, like Drew Holiday can't guard everybody. Like Drew Holiday not going to drop 30. Like I thought DeMar DeRozan was going to get off, or if Drew Holiday locked down DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine was going to get off, but they just in a groove. They consistent. They comfortable. Yes, they comfortable. The Bucks are comfortable. They don't matter who in there right in the first round.
The one thing that I want to talk about with this series is Budenholzer is just never going to quite let me get comfortable with him.
He's
So
so
game
bad.
2,
Yeah, I
when
agree.
the one the Bulls got, right?
Yeah.
Like Coach Bud allows DeMar DeRozan to just keep getting bucket after bucket after bucket without Drew Holiday being his primary
without
defender.
shooting a three too. Like, bro, you let him score 41 points without a three. Like, you know what he's doing, and you still couldn't stop it.
Well, my thing is like, okay, you see him get hot, you got the guy to
Clamp
go get
him.
him. Like, okay, Drew, go, and he just left Drew on Levine. I was just like,
Dumb.
what are we doing? And then you see in game 3, they beat that ass.
Switch. Mhm.
Look who said, okay, I got DeRozan. They just put like, why can't you make that adjustment in the game?
You really gotta watch film to see that. I agree. It was obvious.
Like, you have the most obvious chess move in every single game. Oh, perimeter players got going? Okay, Drew Holiday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say about this series.
Yeah, we can keep it moving.
Keep it moving?
Yeah.
All right, this one I want to spend a little time on here. Jazz and Mavericks.
The most frustrating team.
Perennial defensive player of the year candidate is getting played off the fucking court. Rudy Gobert can't be on the court, for them to be successful. It was so funny listening to the announcers in that game, in game 3. They were like, the Jazz are really making a run here, and they're surprisingly they're doing it with Rudy Gobert on the bench. I'm like,
sounds about right.
They can actually play defense now. But I want Joe, I'll let you start this one off. We didn't get to hear your thoughts on this series last time. Mavs are up 2-1. Luka looks like he's coming back soon.
They don't need him. But I had Jazz losing anyway. Quinn Snyder going to get fired. They're going to trade Rudy Gobert because Rudy Gobert is ass. He can do all he wants in the regular season, but when it comes to a 7-game series, it don't matter what big man you got out there. If he can stretch the floor a little bit, you could put Max Kleber out there, and he gonna eliminate Rudy Gobert because Rudy Gobert got to stretch the floor, and then Jalen Brunson got all day to get to the lane. You getting cooked by Jalen Brunson. Could you imagine if Luka was out there? It's a wrap, bro. Like, Jalen Brunson, a really good player. Like, I ain't gonna hate on Jalen Brunson, but
he's not Luka.
Like, this boy dropped 40, 40, like 30. Like, bro, your defense is so bad. Donovan Mitchell, he's cool. Cool, but he ain't getting you playing. He ain't D Wade. I'm tired of people trying to compare him to D Wade. He ain't that dude. He just told y'all before the playoffs started when they showed that stat that Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell only passes the ball to Rudy 2.1 times a game. I told you that shit ain't gonna work when your number 1 and your number 2 player only pass the ball to each other 2 times a game, and it's a pick and roll league. That shit don't make no sense, and this is exactly what they get. It's exactly what they get.
Their game happened like right before we aired we went live for our episode last week. So, like, we got to talk about that. And I was telling them, I was like, man, ever since like that stat kind of got put out there a little more, I was like really looking for it. And there were times Rudy Gobert had his man under the basket, and Donovan was like,
pass him.
No, I'm going to the lane. I'm gonna try to pass it.
Bro,
I'm
but
you know what's
crazy though is I've seen in this series Gobert get the ball in that really good position and not fucking score.
No, he'll pass it out.
Or miss. He like goes up there and just like fumbles it off the front of the rim. I'm like, what do you do?
Boy buns.
He just needs to go out there and block shots. That's it.
But your number 2 player can't commit to 8 points a game. Like, you can't win with your second best player.
Would kill him because they
ate him up.
Split Gobert in pick and roll, and then he's not going to be able to get up. Like he's trying, like he's playing drop coverage, but they play with such good pace that like it doesn't matter.
But you said this, bro, but I'm just like, bro, Rudy, you can't be a defense player of the year and let bro score 30 on you like this. Like shout out, like Donovan Mitchell, like
Donovan Mitchell takes some bad shots though too now.
Yeah, it's going on. It's something obviously like going on with y'all in this organization. Somebody needs to leave. Somebody needs to get traded. The Mavs, shout out to them. The Mavs are playing like they're playing a lot better than what I thought they would without Luka. They really have proven that they like if Luka wants to come back and just get like a little warm-up game, cool, play like 15, 20 minutes. But you don't really need to play, bro. Like, y'all pretty much got this sold up. The Jazz are beating themselves. Like, they can't figure out. And Rudy Gobert is – like, and we are the biggest Rudy Gobert haters in the world, and he is proving us right. And I love seeing this. But I'm like, y'all gonna get one game without a Luka. Come on, I don't like this team, but I'm like, y'all gotta win more than one game. And Luka Brunson is
eating them up.
But
bro, Hezzy crossover. That's all he do. Hezzy crossover and get to the lane. Hezzy crossover every time. My dog.
You know what?
He cooking y'all with one move.
It's simple, but it's because that pull up that he has is so lethal. That little mid range elbow extended pull up, that thing's lethal. So when he hesitates right there, you have to react.
Yep, and then he blowing by.
Well, then you talk about that. You talked about their defense, like the Mavs defense
it's been very
last week, and you said. And I'm just thinking about everything you said. I'm like, bro, it's like they didn't miss a beat. It's like everything got better. Like this is what you hope your team do.
Like you think about their
Jason Kidd proving us wrong. That's for sure.
They they were a top 5 defensive team all year. There's no secret who the weak link on their defense was. I mean, it was Luka.
Yeah.
So their defense was only going to get better when Luka went out. Now you expect their offense to fall off, but you got Rudy Gobert, the easy target to pick on when you're on offense with the guards that Dallas has. So it just hasn't mattered.
Hey, bro, he need to trade. He need to be traded. Like Mitchell, you need like a Aiden or something. Like that's what you need to just do a little bit better. Like y'all could win.
Bro, I promise somebody would shell out some good players for Rudy Gobert. And he could be their problem.
And I hope they get fired too when it don't go right. But Will, you were right. Hey, that's call that. I'm getting this one wrong. I thought the Jazz would at least put some type of fight up and win a couple games and possibly win.
Man, you would think.
Like you would think, but I'm. This is why I'm never in my. This is my last. I'm saying this. I will never put no hope into the Jazz ever again. Donovan Mitchell, I like you, but as long as you play in the Jazz uniform, I'm never rooting for y'all again. Y'all are the biggest disappointments in all of these teams to me, like the biggest disappointment. Y'all suck. You're never gonna get any type of love from me ever again. Y'all are bums, especially you, Rudy Gobert. Golly, fuck them, man.
All right, let's move to the series of the first round, the one that everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
Celtics are up 2-0 on the Brooklyn Nets. Yo, your finals winner is in trouble in round 1.
Bro, I got a lot to say, bro. Like,
talk to me. Let it out,
man,
bro.
first of all, bro, I'm tired of people. I'm tired of hearing people say that the Celtics got great defensive players. They don't. They play great team defense, and you can see it. They play great team defense, and it's super easy to do when you go against the Brooklyn Nets because Steve Nash has yet to create an offense for this damn team. I don't understand how this your 3rd year with this team, and your offense.
Second year with the team.
Whatever. I was thinking about you, right? First year was what's his name? Kenny Atkins. Okay, your second year with this team, and you have yet to figure out an offense. Your offense is give KD the ball, ISO, give Kyrie ISO. You literally don't even do a pick and roll with them. You get a switch and then just have them ISO. And then you knew you was playing against one of the best defenses in the league. They play great team defense, and you just sitting there playing ISO ball. Like, I get it. You don't have the best role players out there, but give them the damn ball. It's not give KD the ball and sit there and hope he make a shot. That's not how it works. That's not OKC. You're not Billy Donovan in his first year coaching with some great talent. Make something happen. Call a timeout and run a play for Kevin Durant. How does Kevin Durant not have one easy shot? You tell me you can't come out with one inbound pass and get KD off an off-ball screen down the baseline to tell him to pull up a 3 or a mid-range shot? Not one time. You can't do now one offensive play. I literally haven't seen one offensive play. When the game was close, you go with Kyrie gonna give a screen to KD. They're gonna get the switch, and everybody just sit there because you know you're not getting the ball. That's not offense, and that's exactly what they get. And if they don't turn this shit around in game 3, it's over. It's a wrap. They may get swept if they don't come out with some offense. If KD, because KD He don't look like that dude. That team
Ain't free
defense is
tonight.
great right now. He ain't getting easy looks, and he ain't ever gonna get an easy look if you don't run him some damn plays. ISO ain't gonna work. This ain't the YMCA. This the NBA, and it's pissing me off. They need to do something. I don't know what they gonna do, but if they lose this game, bruh. Woo, it's so ridiculous. It's not that hard. You got two of the most skilled NBA players of all time, and you tell me you can't run one play for them? Not one play. It's so
laziness.
You play ISO and then they take literally like the Celtics are almost playing a zone. They just have three people all focused to one person. And then the person whoever is on the person off ball, you stick with him because all they're gonna do is pass it to him and he's gonna have to take a late shot. It's dumb as hell. Figure it out. You got
their shooters their shooters are all being asked to make shots.
And you know what I don't even understand?
With no rhythm. You guys know
why are they playing?
Talk about this.
Why are they playing half-court offense? It makes no sense. You have Steve Nash who dominated in 7 seconds or less, and you can't. And all y'all doing is a half-court offense. He can't come up with nothing. Like nothing. I don't understand. I really don't. It pisses me off so much.
Another thing, Joe. That
ridiculous.
I don't think LaMarcus Aldridge has much left, but I think it would be worth giving him some looks just to see if you can help alleviate the pressure on your
because he can get hot mid-range. He got that.
It's not even about him getting hot. It's just like when you're playing Claxton and Drummond, you're giving the Celtics more of an excuse to help further because they're not they're going to either just be in the paint or if you try and put them out further in the corner or something, like no one's worried about them. You know what I mean? So maybe Blake's become a much better shooter later in his career.
He played well in the playoffs last year, though. Like, give him a chance, give him some minutes.
I just think you need to go with lineups that can shoot more. If you're gonna be so stuck to this way that they're gonna play and just basically try and let Kyrie and KD ISO, at least give them the best circumstance to ISO in. That's.
Hey man,
I got a lot more to say on it, Devion. I want to let you go though before I'll start rambling.
I'm just soaking it in, baby. I ain't gonna lie.
Devion is the lone one that did pick the Celtics.
I told you they are terrible.
And Devion, you know what's crazy is you knew I wanted to pick him too. You tried.
I know you did, and I
tried to get me to go with my head, but I hate.
I just can't. I can't pick the Celtics. I can't root for the Celtics.
I'm a Lakers
fan.
Even
I'm not, dude. I can't do it.
You're like you like the Lakers too, Joe. Look, I'm a Lakers fan. You know how hard it was when they picked them, but this is exactly what I be talking about, bro. Like Boston is Brooklyn is a bunch of hype. For one, I don't care. We can talk about a couple points. Shout out to Boston's coach, for one. Love what he's doing.
He made Doka.
Just say whatever you want. Like, he is proven to be exactly what they say he is. So, one, Jason Tatum is exactly who I said
that dude
who is going to be. And it's showing more and more. Jaylen Brown is that guy keeping him in the game. I
did name Jason Tatum the guy that I was most looking forward to watching. Yeah. So I at least feel good about that. He's been balling.
Jaylen Brown be balling. Jason Tatum is showing you can play terrible the whole game, but that fourth quarter come, he go show up. And I love it. He's going to be a closer. All the difficult shots we've been talking about the whole year, he hitting them now. And there's nothing you can do about it. But
he's picking his spots much better.
Hey, yes. And it's like I'm not gonna lie, like and then Marcus Smart, I'll get on this just a little bit because I know y'all don't want the defense player here, but it's just like somebody's got to be rewarded for Boston's success. Pitbull. He was the guy who got rewarded with the defense player here. Should he got it? Probably not. But they rewarded the team, somebody with the team success. Yeah, another story. But Boston has been doing everything right. And the one thing I'm going to get on Brooklyn about, Brooklyn, it looks like the 76ers won that trade. That's clear as day right now. It's looking like they won that trade for at least right now. You said
where's Seth Curry at? You know
Seth Curry ain't doing much, but let's get on KD. All right, so remember when LeBron was playing terrible that one time Miami got in his ass? Nobody let him live it down.
At least he made it to the finals.
At least he made it to the finals. You can say, "Oh, he choked." KD, I don't care what nobody say, bro. You didn't make these free throws. let's really look at your stat line. I don't care how good of team defense Boston is playing. How the fuck do you stop one of the best scorers we've ever seen? You missed,
7
and
foot.
they were some wide open
Pull up
shots.
and
These
one.
are shots you always get to. The like, how do you allow them to do that? And then everybody's jumping at you. You're 7 feet tall. That shouldn't bother you.
Make a play. Make a play for someone else.
All you just gotta hit one time. Kyrie looks like, I'm all right, so you gave it all in your first game, brother. Like, what happened? Like, your first game, after that, it's a wrap. You got 10 points. No excuse. Kyrie, you supposed to be balling. It's like they mentally took them out the game. Steve Nash, I can say whatever. You can say whatever we want about Steve Nash, but at the end of the day, the players are on the court playing, no matter what he coaches.
I don't think
whatever
Steve
plays
Nash
go
has,
out there.
I don't think he's got much input.
And that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. There's nothing.
They
he
said
can
they
say.
don't need a coach. Shit,
But
they do.
and this is why they're saying, like, right now they need to shut the fuck up, because you get on the coach all you want. Y'all are out there supposed to be producing. KD, how do you get shut? No, KD got shut down. He got wiped out of the game. How do you allow it to happen? And the first game, personally, in my personal opinion, if Kyrie doesn't play, I'm talking about some of the best basketball we've seen him play this year.
They lost. They lose by 15, 20.
Y'all get
Yeah.
blown out. So now when y'all don't do it, Jason Tatum was struggling. Boston, first of all, Boston was struggling. They weren't playing great the whole first half.
No.
And
Brooklyn got up by 17.
y'all blew a lead, let them figure
Right.
it out, and got stomped at
Bro.
the end.
And then KD, you can't have that mental lapse. I don't care.
you.
I don't care that 90% of the time in the regular season people pull up and shoot that three. It's the playoffs. You cannot have that mental lapse and let him get to that lane like
And
that.
this is
I don't
why
care if they had
Tatum
6
are
passes
not
in 14
going to
seconds.
the finals.
You're
It's
guarding their
ridiculous.
best player.
Ridiculous.
You
Yeah.
got to have an eye on their best player. What are you going to do?
Thank you.
Like, if he takes that shot and misses, game's over.
Exactly. And you
Well,
got game 1.
Let's say this, and I'm gonna say this. I don't care what nobody says. KD, I don't care what all these KD fans. He's not the best player in the league, and you cannot be playing
No.
like this.
It's
Giannis
Giannis.
is
Giannis
Giannis
is
is
the best
better
player
than
in the
him. This
Easily.
is done because Giannis has never had no type of games like this.
We've seen Giannis in a situation
Yeah.
like that. He
And
guarded the guy on the pick and roll. He guarded the ball handler, and then got back and blocked the alley-oop dunk.
Thank you.
Like, that's Giannis in that type of
Facts.
situation.
And then
But-
drop 50
but,
and made his free throws.
And we gonna talk about it because KD, you supposed to be the best player in the world, or you better than LeBron. Nope. Because guess what? You failed.
LeBron
You show why you're not going to be considered the best player ever in the world. I don't care who's playing. You're always going to be number 2 or sometimes number 3. It doesn't matter who, depending on who you're arguing with. But this is what I'm talking about. And this is why I didn't pick them to go to the finals. I said, on paper, it sounds good. But it's something about Brooklyn. They do not have a championship team and a championship mentality. And this is why this is why I'm saying, like, the Heat are going to make it to the finals, or it's gonna be the Bucks, because you're not, even if you make it past Boston, what you think you gonna do if you play the Bucks?
yeah. When they
What
play
do you
Milwaukee,
think you
they
gonna
play
do?
Milwaukee next round. That might be a
It's-
5
it's-
game.
That's a
That might be a
dub.
5-game series.
That's a dub. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
They trash. And I
Here, I got a couple of things that I think some flashpoint things happened in this series so far
Yeah.
that have just like kind of typified both teams this season. Joe, that play you're talking about where Tatum gets that spinning layup to win the game in game 1.
Yeah.
Yes, terrible play by Kevin Durant, but I'm going to focus on the Celtics side of it. That was such an embodiment of how they flipped the
Great.
switch.
6 passes in 14 seconds.
First
Beautiful.
half of the season,
talk about it.
Jaylen Brown's not even kicking that to Marcus Smart.
Hell no, he trying to take that.
Jaylen Brown is shooting that shot.
Yep.
Then in the first half of the season, the chance that it actually did get past to Marcus Smart was
He
shooting
was
that.
shot that.
Shooting that.
He shot that.
Yes.
This is who they've became. They became more selfless, less
It's Jason Tatum
selfish,
team.
and understanding that Tatum is the guy. Tatum makes a great basketball cut. Like, that's just great basketball to cut right there.
That's
And that was a hell of a fucking finish. Like, I understand it was a layup,
was.
but to, like, catch the ball, spin, like, all with, like, you know that there's only like maybe a second left on the clock to get that up and over.
It was a great shot.
no
Great play
dribble.
overall.
Don't dribble. First instinct, put it on the ground, spin.
Right.
Every other player would have put it on the
I
ground.
don't want to like get lost. Kevin Durant, what the fuck are you doing? You're just you're ball watching in the most important time of the game. Can't do that. And then the play before that, Kyrie Irving trying to increased their lead. Dribble. He did what Jimmy Butler did last night. He just dribbles the clock out, dribbles across the lane, has nowhere to go, and then just says, "Oh, here, Kevin, bail me out with 2 seconds left in the shot clock." And he throws a bullshit shot, which gave Boston the opportunity to win that game with a layup right there. Right? Like it's bad basketball. It's what you're saying, Joe. They had no plan on offense. Just give one of these best players the ball and hope they make a play. And it's like I said, this is why Harden has never had success in the playoffs. It's too easy to defend when you play good teams.
Yeah.
Boston is a very, very good team. Joe, I don't know what you're talking about when you say they don't got a bunch of good individual defenders. They got 4 good to great individual defenders.
But they playing team defense. It's not like they sitting there
not playing right now. He might play tonight in Robert Williams, but like Jason Tatum is a good individual and team defender. Jaylen Brown is a good to great. Right. Well, I mean,
we talking about this year. Yeah.
Jaylen Brown is a good to great individual defender. Marcus Smart is a great individual and team defender. And then everyone else knows what they're supposed to do from the team aspect and plays their role. So you can't play iso ball against them. Not going to work.
No.
Not going to work. This is why I wanted to pick Boston but couldn't get myself to do it, and this is why I should have picked Boston. Boston's going to win this in 6. I think Brooklyn will get 2 games because Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are just too good. But one thing I want to talk about, have you guys ever seen Kevin Durant get stripped or blocked this many times?
Ridiculous.
I've never seen this happen. I've never seen him feel like he needed to dribble as much as he's needing to dribble in this series. Like
just catch and shoot.
Kevin Durant is usually like one dribble shot or getting all the way to the rim. He's dribbling 2, 3, 4 times, trying to do all this, and then he's getting stripped or trying to shoot, and then Tatum's coming from somewhere else and blocking his shot. Like, I've never seen Kevin Durant look like this.
You know what this is a result of, my guy? We solely have watched Kevin Durant's soul be snatched out of his body.
Yep.
And now he's starting to overthink everything.
Yep.
Exactly. It is beautiful,
I mean,
bro.
we kind of got removed from Kevin Durant, like, because we saw Kevin Durant last year and he was amazing despite them losing, right? Like, so last year inevitably was legitimately not his fault, but like besides that, he missed the previous year. Like the previous year he didn't play, and then before he spent 3 years in Golden State, and we kind of forgot about the things that plagued Kevin Durant when he was in Oklahoma City. But Kevin Durant didn't close out series very well in Oklahoma City. Nope. And, like I'm not saying I'm not going to call him soft, but like I don't think he's like strong mentally either. Like I don't think he didn't have Kobe.
Soft.
I wouldn't call him soft because like he's done too much in clutch moments for me to call him soft.
That don't mean you're not soft. I mean you could do close moments. He may not be soft mentally. The boy's soft physically. Hey. They bullying him right now, and he don't know what to do.
No, yeah, exactly. That's kind of my point. It's just like Kevin Durant, you can if you make shit tight on Kevin Durant, like think about some of those games that they did lose last year when he wasn't dropping like 45. PJ Tucker got in his head. PJ Tucker got into him and made his life hell, and you could tell.
Bro, bro, thank you for saying that because now that's the best thing I think we've said about Boston so far. When you use PJ Tucker as an example, you have a team full of PJ Tuckers that have offense.
Yep.
So now, what are you going to do? Because I think they can get 2 games. But first of all, Brooklyn.
I'm saying they get 2 purely out of respect for Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. I said, Trae Young has enough respect for me to give him 1. Those 2, I gotta give them 2.
Look, we can say we want to give them 2. That's fine.
And it might be 5.
Hey, man, I thought
if they lose tonight, they might get swept.
I thought KD was gonna drop 40 in game 2, and look how that went. So
you want to be real with you?
I can't. You don't know what's gonna happen, man.
I think even in this game, this third game, even if KD drops 30, let's say like I pretty much I will bet this. If I was a gambling man, KD can get you 35. Guarantee Kyrie don't get you 30. And then they're still going to lose. It's going to come down to the wire. They're going to lose. Even if KD hits a big shot,
I have more faith in Kyrie than I do Kevin Durant at this point.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if KD plays well, I don't think Kyrie's going to do it. I think it's going to be Kyrie plays well, they win. Kyrie doesn't play well.
No, that actually might be the perfect example, Joe, of what I was trying to explain with Kevin Durant and his mentality. Whereas, like, when shit gets like tight and
And it's on
angry
him.
and all that, and it's all on him. Like Kyrie Irving, I think like flourishes in that. Like I think
Yeah.
he really loves that. He didn't do
Mhm.
well in game 2, but we saw in
KD
game
booty
1.
cheeks get hella
He's
tight.
he's flipping off the crowd and dropping 40 at the same time. Like Kyrie Irving is just kind of like that to me. Whereas I think like he might benefit in this series. Kevin Durant, I'm not confident that he
He
will.
hears the talk. He hears
do
people
that.
talking about him for sure.
Yeah, it seems like it legitimately can sometimes bug him.
Yep. Because it's not like he can snap back on Twitter because he playing like ass.
Yeah, ain't no clapping back when you went 4-17.
Yeah, bums.
Right.
So I'm just look at the end of the day. They've shown you why on paper this is a great creative player. This is a great creative team.
2K
But-
team.
Great,
Yep.
but guess what? At the end of the day,
Yeah, 2K team. That's funny. Facts.
this
No
is kind of like proving you probably should have kept Harden,
Bro,
maybe.
during the end of the season.
everyone told me I was wrong last year when I said that was a dumb trade for Brooklyn to make, giving away all those pieces for James fucking Harden.
No,
Look at them
you
now.
said that.
Look
You
at
said
them.
that.
Imagine if they still had Karis LeVert, Jared Allen,
Damn. You ain't lying.
What's
Bro.
brought in for the Cavs?
Spencer
Yeah.
Dinwiddie.
well, Dinwiddie they traded in the offseason. He got hurt last year.
Yeah, and
then
they traded him to the
they signed and trade
Wizards.
to the Wizards. I think he was gone either way. But if like just those two alone,
True.
Karis LeVert and Jared Allen,
That's
I
all
am
you
thinking
need. You straight.
completely different about this team. But all right,
Yeah.
Joe, just real quick, put a bow on this series for us. Then we'll move on to the very last. How we always close our show.
Oh man, I'm sticking with my team. The Nets. I'm sticking with them, bro. I had them in the finals, bro. They gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
Kyrie
you can't
gonna-
flip flop that quick.
Dre Scott Irving with the fro gonna come out. You know, KD gonna be. He gonna be something. Tarantula. He gotta be something. Like Slim Reaper. Can I at
I
least
can
get
tell
the
you don't
Slim?
believe that.
I
Yeah,
really
you know
don't.
what you said,
I
bro.
really don't believe it. I really don't. But I gotta ride with him. I got make it to the finals. So I'm riding with it. I'm going down with the ship.
All right.
Well, you go see.
You know how we ended here.
I'm
Joe,
ready for this one, too. I'll go first.
all
too,
right,
if you
go
want to.
first.
'Cause this
Go for
dude right here, man. Y'all barely make the playoffs, and you gonna jump on the scores table like you
Oh my
Dwayne Wade.
God.
You
See, he missed.
woo,
he
woo,
missed
woo.
last
We don't
time.
made it. I see this
Bro,
dude
that
out
boy
here,
saving
I'm
that.
changing my answer.
hella
now.
hype, and then you gonna go out here in this first series at a playoffs, and you gonna shoot the ball 9 times a game. Yo ass, no, you not supposed to be shooting the ball 9 to 10 times a game. You know what your role is. You get happy because you beat the Clippers, which I'm mad that I even picked them bum ass Flippers. That's who I should be shooting my shot at. But I'm gonna pick Patrick Bev. He got happy, he beat his old team, and then he gonna come out here and he playing lame as fuck. Like, how you shooting the ball 10 times like you that dude? Everybody know you out there supposed to be playing defense. Stop shooting the ball and taking away the momentum of your team. Sit there and be that dog, that annoying ass chihuahua that you are, and stop trying to do too much. And maybe you can help put this team together. Because ain't no reason they should have blew 20-point leads. If you that dog and that veteran like you supposed to be, get that shit together. But nah, you gonna want to get all hype and confident because you won against the Los Angeles Clippers. Like, dog, come on, man, get your shit together.
All
You
right.
ain't that
I'm
dude.
going next, Devion. You'll
ahead.
close us out. I'm choosing violence, and I'm choosing violence on fucking Joe. God damn it.
Damn.
There's no reason I
Shots
changed my
fired.
answer. There's no reason to be throwing hate at people celebrating things that are celebratory worthy. Them
That was
making
not.
it
No, that's not
past the
celebratory
Clippers
worthy.
was
Whatever,
celebratory
bro.
worthy. Yes, it was.
Whatever,
yes, it
bro.
was.
Oh
Yes,
no,
it
because
was.
if the Lakers would have done that, I
Advancing
would have hit on them
worth
too.
it.
It's the Lakers. We talked
Timberwolves
about
are
that.
not
It's the
fucking
Lakers. That's too much.
This
Yeah.
is the next step in the progression of where they are
Ain't
at
no
with their
steps.
franchise. They haven't been to the playoffs since Jimmy Butler, and that was
If
only
they weren't a
one
play-in, they
year.
wouldn't have been in the playoffs.
All right, well,
Sit
they're
down.
the seventh seed, right?
Yeah,
Traditionally,
sit
they would
down.
have been in the playoffs. All right, they're right
Sit
where they're
down.
supposed to be. I'm happy they celebrated. Celebrate your small accomplishments. Fuck you for trying to
Nope.
ridicule them for
Lame.
doing
Lame.
that. Devion,
Lame.
go ahead. Finish us off.
Yeah.
He'll He get paid millions to be mediocre, and he gonna celebrate it. Get out
Hey,
of here.
but you comparing them to great teams, so it's a little
The
different. They
Lakers
haven't
ain't
made
great. The Lakers ain't great. They wasn't in the
It's a
play-in
great
game.
franchise.
It's a
great
legacy
franchise.
when you play with the Lakers is a little bit better, and then they haven't made it since Jimmy Butler. And nobody expected them to make the
It
playoffs.
just showed me
No
how
time
much
soon.
of losers they were. They finally got a little sniff of winning,
It's
and they
cool.
went over the top.
But that's cool, bro. But
Losers.
I'm gonna end it off with something nice.
Uh-oh.
Ex Laker.
This is rare.
Ex Laker.
This is weird.
Ingram. I'm going to.
Brandon, okay.
I'm going to love him because he is. We've been talking about this boy since he was in a thing. Everybody was like, he might be good. We don't know. It's this. I was mad when they traded him, but I didn't think he was gonna be the guy. If he stayed with the Lakers, I didn't think he was gonna be able to be what he is now. So I was happy for him as a player. It just sucked as an organization. But the one thing I'm gonna salute him for, look at what he did game 1 and the adjustments he made in each game after. It's like the first game, he did decently. Don't get me wrong, he was decent, but he made every adjustment to where it's like, all right, CJ McCollum was the high scorer in that game. Now he's like, okay, I got to be the best player for us to win. He turned it on. He's been the best player on a team. 2, 3, capitalize on it. You don't usually see a player who doesn't really have playoff experience come in there, capitalize on anything. Fair. He ended up capitalize on it, shooting 50%. Next game, follow suit. So it's just like, even if they not winning, it's just like, man, bro, like, I'm so happy to see them as an organization. And Brandon Ingram showed like, hey, bro, he's the reason, he's the exact reason why the Lakers drafted him. This is what we were talking about. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it, you know what I'm saying, in the purple and gold. But it's, but he's doing well. So I'm glad he made the adjustments. And he's the one player they should start paying attention more and start showing more respect to him. And now from this, I hope he keeps doing this and keep progressing. Because now, hey, Brandon Ingram is exactly who I thought he was going to be, and I'm happy for it. They're going to lose this series, but hey.
They'll be better for it, though. You ain't lying. They're going to be better for it, though.
So shout out to him, bro. Like, I got to give him his kudos, bro. Like, that's by far, to me, the most impressive, like, young player, because in the playoffs so far this year, because I did not expect him to do half of what he's doing. Shout out to him, bro. Got to end up with the love.
Big facts.
Yeah, I'm hating somebody next week, though, for a fact.
Yeah, we know.
I've been doing too much love.
Man. Ready for the hate.
Yeah, I've been doing too much love, man. Can't love too many people like this. But shout out to
all right, y'all. I think it's going to wrap it for episode 13 of season 2022.
Bro,
hey, fellas, this was
90 minutes, bro. NBA got us.
This is our 1 year anniversary. 1 year ago today.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, that's crazy.
Impossible. So
it only took a year for us to get some views.
And last year, this day, I told y'all who was going to win the fucking finals last year. You're welcome. 3 Impossible. We're signing out.
Yep.
You probably said the Miami Heat.
I didn't.